Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walked amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fallen light renew. O earth, return! Arise out of the dewy grass. Night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while without turn away, the starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you, my friends. It is I, your bard, your spiritual entertainer, getting ready to bring. Oh, sorry about that. One of my Google alarm system went on there for a moment. Yeah, it's good to be. Sir Flame Drop is here. Our good friend Don under Deb. Good to see you, Deb Richardson. Good to have you here. Good to be with you. Who else is here? I can't see you. And you knew him, my brother, as a sign of was the light. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Chemistry is here. Good to be with you. Yes. As I was saying, we are bringing in the worm moon. Now, if you don't know why the first full moon in March, why it's called the worm moon, is because that's when the worms come out. All of the creepy crawlies. It is the full moon that brings in the spring. So that's what we're having, the worm moon. And tonight it is going to be, it begins at 4 a.m. It peaks at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the blood moon, the full, the reality of the moon. Now, this won't happen again until, I think, 2028, where you'll have the worm blood moon all together in one package. Right, Natalie? There she is, our Reiki master. Talking about this morning, right? And it's going to be a beautiful event that's going to happen, and we're beginning it now. We're starting to celebrate it now. In the midst of the morn, you will see this great. And I'm going to start my morning show early as well. I'm going to get up at start at about 5:30 a.m. Tomorrow morning to get everyone in the spirit. So this is the before party. We are getting ready to experience that. I do so love the creepy, crawly creatures. They are very underappreciated. Certainly, my friend, certainly. And, I've been meditating upon the darkness because what Natalie said, if you go to Natalie's channel, she has wonderful, wonderful insight on there. Sometimes the darkness, it speaks to you. It wants to teach you, right? It's trying to teach you something. And, through the years, I was talking about earlier today, I have many, many experiences with death, beginning to cross over. And it terrifies me. You don't have any control. It's a very frightening experience. And I think that, as I shared earlier today, I have a neurological condition. I have sleep paralysis. And I experience that feeling every time, like I'm about ready, it's all going to end. When you're in that state of mind, you don't really have a grasp on reality because you're in and out of consciousness. And what you know as reality is not stable. And some people earlier were saying, well, they're not afraid of death. You might be able to say that now with your inner consciousness, right? It's easy to say that until you are beginning to cross over. It is a terrifying experience to experience death. There's a reason why we have a survival mechanism. All of our nature is wanting to survive, and death contradicts that drive. Now, I think it's important to see that, philosophically, the beauty of death is important, but coming close to it, it's been a teacher. It's helped me to learn courage. It's helped me to, be able to bring hope to other people, because one of the things in this struggle that I've experienced in coming close to death and just before crossing over, is that I'm not alone, and that has been very helpful to me. Not alone. I'm not alone, and neither are you. But that is a conscious awareness that develops over being experienced, having these experiences over and over again of being close to death. Um, so it is something I have to participate in. It's not like magical. It doesn't take away the scariness of the dying. Doesn't take away the boogeyman that's around the corner, right? Wanting to terrify you. It doesn't take any of that away, but it does give you confidence in your most terrifying moment. And for me, that sleep paralysis has been a teacher to me over the years. I hate it when it happens. It's a terrifying thing, and I was, as I was sharing earlier, the experience of it. When last time I took mushrooms, it was like that. Crossing over to the other side, it was very difficult and frightening. And just thinking about that, coming out here, we're going to be here to the dark tonight. If the full moon is out and the clouds aren't in the way, I want to stay out here until you could see the moon. We'll watch the sun go down together, and the moon, it's right over here. I want to be able to share that with everyone, the moonlight in the grove, if it's possible. It's very frightening being out here in the dark. Even though I'm armed, there's this like a supernatural fear, I guess you could call it that there's something else here that is frightening. But it's part of the mystery. It's not supposed to be bad. I'm only afraid of it because I have no control over it. It can do whatever it wants with me, right? I have no way to stop it. And that, it's kind of, I guess you could, think about floating in the middle of the ocean, right? You're out there. It's a frightening experience. If you're out there alone on the ocean, everything's beautiful, but at the same time, it's scary because at any moment you could perish from the water just overtaking you, or a creature coming out of the water. That feeling of chaos, it is scary. It is scary, but in that fear, you have to look at the wonder. Look what comes out of it. Look at the beauty that comes out of it. And I'm trying to learn to be a friend to that darkness. And there are bad things in the darkness. In my darkness, there are not good things that are there, that annoy the shit out of me. And I don't like that. I know they can't do anything to me, but the fact that they remain in the darkness, waiting for an opportunity, what was meant to destroy me, these realities, have only made me stronger, have made me a better person. And I couldn't be that if I didn't have help. I don't think it's possible for someone to arrive at such experience without help. And the divinity has helped me. Do I have a glare on my face? I keep trying to get the sun in there, the beauty of the sun, without getting too glared up, or you cannot see me at all. Hopefully can you see me well with the sun? Because I can't see myself well when I look on here because of the glare, so I got to keep moving it, trying to keep the beauty of the sun in here. All right, where am I at here? Let's see here. Without the darkness, there can be no light. Exactly, right? Rose and Rook, a sanctuary for the seeker, and Bloom for the sovereign. There you are, a great channel. To contemplate death is necessary. Yes, but that is the thing. I mean, everyone talks about it, right? It seems easy to talk about it until you're experiencing it. I thought it was. Now, I don't want to contradict people, but when I started talking about this, everyone says, I'm not afraid of death. And they start talking about these philosophies. It's easy to say that until you've experienced it yourself. It's real easy to say it. It's real easy to give advice, right? Until you are living through it. It is a terrifying thing. There's no way not to be afraid of it, but that's not bad. It's not bad to be afraid. What's wrong is despair. It's having courage in those moments where you are experiencing a death. I think that is one of the lessons, is knowing that you're going to be okay, knowing that you're not alone. You cannot help but to be afraid, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. When I sit out here, it's pitch black. I cannot see anything at all when there's no light out here. All of these trees obscure and absorb all of the moonlight. It's pitch black out here. It is scary. And I'm armed. I mean, I could certainly handle like an animal. But there's another reality in this darkness that is spiritual. And I can sense it. And that frightens me. But it's not bad to be afraid. That's normal to be afraid. It's what you do with the fear. It's how you respond to it. That's what's important. That's what makes you great. I agree. It's easy to say you're not scared of death until you are there in front of you. Certainly, my friend. Yeah. But God forbid anything ever happen to you. Know that you are loved. That through let's see, the thought soothes my fear of death somehow. Yeah, knowing you're loved, knowing that you are not alone. I think that's important. And I think we get glimpses and hints of that throughout our life that we cannot deny. I mean, you could deny it. You could say, oh, that's just a coincidence. And I think that's terrible, because these synchronicities that you experience in life, they're there to encourage you, to help you to know that you're not alone. And I think that when those things keep happening to you, that is very comforting, because we have these moments of darkness, and to know that you're not alone is everything in that moment. Let's see, you want into support staff, the idea that their love for me transcends my life. Yeah. I think they have sleep paralysis gone, that they fire at people. Really. The end is nigh, only Jesus saves, the world is passing away. Yeah. I think that is a terrible belief. I'm releasing a video when I get home tonight about how we're not fallen, how many of the ancient people, they believed that, I mean, they were dying when they turned 30 years old, most of them. I mean, that was being old, was you're 30, right? They had shitty circumstances in their life, crappy drinking water. But most of the people in the world, we live better than our ancestors did. Not everyone, right? There are still places that need improvement. Some people don't want it, and there are places where there's imbalance, where people hoard things for themselves. They don't want to share with their neighbors. But overall, we are living better than our ancestors. They had a terrible philosophy that helped them to escape their circumstances. The idea that the world is fallen is not new. It really was brought to the whole world by the Greeks, amongst anything. They're the ones that really developed a system of thought. And the main one is henosis, where we have fallen from the monad and we must return. You see that in Buddhism, in other types of philosophies, the idea of reintegration or return. That this here is an illusion, this here is bad somehow. I reject all of that. Druidry has taught me that the world is wonderful. We just need to align with it. We need to come into harmony with it. And that's where we find heaven, here. It begins here, it ends here. To just think about now the mystery of death. We were talking about that, right? Look at what happens every winter. Everything dies, and it comes back what? Better, stronger, wholer, complete. Look at the life cycle of a tree, living and dying most of its existence, right? All plants and animals. It's all the same. It is all the song is all the same, as Robert Plant said, right? The song is all the same. Everything keeps coming back, and it comes back better. And that's how I understand the mystery of death. Is we're coming back, it in whatever shape, form, or shape. If you don't even believe in a spiritual reality of yourself, your atoms return, right? They become part of new life, new energy that is brought together. That is a fact. That's going to happen to you. You'll be buried in the ground in some way or another, or you'll be eaten if you remain on the surface by animals. You you remain part of the mystery. And that brings to mind, and I'm open to the idea of resurrection, that there'll be a final cycle where we don't need to die anymore. There'll be a sustainable reality. And in the Eastern Church, in the icon of the Last Judgment, the resurrection, you have this very interesting depiction in the icon of animals regurgitating. They're regurgitating all of our reality that they have eaten from the grass or from other animals. They're regurgitating what belongs to us, what they took life from. They're regurgitating it because all of this is going to come together in the resurrection, return here in its most complete form. It's symbolic, but I thought it was interesting that you don't hear a lot of Christian people talking about it, even in the Orthodox Church, that, the idea of this world has value, that this world is not going to be wiped out. The idea of the world being wiped out in the New Testament is often blown out of proportion to fit people's terrible philosophies of fallenness. The idea is it's going to go through a refiner's fire. It says in the writings of the Apostle Peter that the end will be like a fervent heat burning up all the elements. That is referring now. Sir Flamedrop here is a jeweler. He knows how to refine a piece of gold, how to get out all the stuff that doesn't belong in it. That is the understanding of resurrection, is everything that does not belong, everything that doesn't reach harmony, everything that is not perfected, will not last. That is the understanding in the Christian understanding of resurrection, which is not taught, unfortunately. Everyone wants to get the hell out of here. This is a terrible, terrible philosophy. But the idea in the Bible is heaven comes to earth, that the earth was made to be heavenly. The idea of God dwelling on earth forever. That is the understanding that is lost by many Christians. They don't get it. The resurrections is like bonus material. They think that they're just going to a mystical place in the sky. And when I was a Christian, I would tell people, show me in the Bible where Jesus taught people that he's going to take you to heaven. There's not one time he does that. He tells the thief on the cross, today you will be with me in paradise. Every first century Jew knew what paradise was. It was Eden. It was here. That was the Jewish hope, was to come back here, not to go to some fancy place in the sky. That is a distortion and a very evil teaching. Why is it evil? Look what it's caused in the world. Well, look what it's caused in the world. People are trying to escape instead of remain. People don't take the world seriously, and they're miserable. I was miserable as a Christian. I was miserable. I hated living here. But now that is all changed, right? Let me try to get my son in there. Just a little bit of sun, because the sun keeps stealing my glory here. All right, where am I at here? Kedadwin said unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the cauldron. No one comes to the Awan but by me. Thank you, brother. Blessed be our great goddess Kedadwin. Thank you so much for reminding us. Let's see here. We are not alone, nor are we part of conscious experiencing itself. Odyssey. Yeah, there's different ways that people have tried to understand it. Like, there's a lot of escapism in religious philosophy. Like we are, I don't think the idea of the universe experiencing itself is bad. But when you get to this reality, you lose the sense of personhood. I think it's important to be a person in the great web of life, that everything is personable, everything expresses itself. Think about these trees, right? What you see here is a refraction of light. This is what you're seeing here. And this refraction is its own experience, its own manifestation that you put together in here in your imagination. With this is a unique expression of an individual. That's how I see it. That everything expresses itself. Every piece of every infinity in a grain of sand, right? As William Blake said, everything has purpose. Everything has its own meaning. But not everything exists in the same way. And not everything, has what we have. Like this tree. I don't think I would hurt its feelings if, I needed to build a home. I would thank it for giving itself to me. I know that the tree will come back. That's its destiny. Its destiny is to give itself, to share itself. We have a symbiotic relationship with the land, with the trees. And just as they give, we too will give one day. We will be in the ground. All of what we are will return. I think that's very important to understand that. All hail the cauldron. Tristan, good to see you. Feet is opposite to love. What does that mean? Thank you, Father Bard, for my spiritual entertainment. You're welcome, Deb Richardson. Archies, yes it is, you think so? Praise Kedadwin. Praise Kedadwin, brothers and sisters. Fear is the opposite pole of love. Well, fear is not, that's a philosophical reality. Yeah, when it comes to relationships. If you're in a relationship, and you're getting that from the Bible, that's because that's a quotation from the Bible, that perfect love casts out fear. That's talking about relationship. When you're in a relationship with a loving being, you're not afraid of it. That's what that is. But that's not what Christians teach you, right? They teach you to be afraid of the God, that the God's going to destroy you if you don't do it at once, right? But the idea of being afraid is natural. Fear is not bad. It is a mechanism of survival. You should be afraid when the forest is burning down. You can't say, oh, perfect love casts out fear. I don't have to be afraid of these flames. No, you will be afraid. You might have hope and courage that you'll get through the fire. That's where the love part comes in. But it isn't wrong to be afraid. It's what you do with the fear. If you let fear dominate you, you let fear control you, then it becomes unhealthy. You develop this outlook on life that is very unhealthy when you're dominated by fear. Come on back, son. Just a little son. There we go. Come here, right there. We love our son in the background there. Let me adjust my blanket here. I want to get it between the tree. I like the Stonehenge effect right there. There we go. That's perfect right there, isn't it? Mindless Tao, good to see you, our good friend. Always nice to have our community members here. It's a great what? Skin tond? What the hell is that? Bardic cannot do whatever it wants to you. It only feels that way. Conquering it lies in believing that you can conquer it. Is it meant to be conquered? Is the question, right? I'm speaking, when I was speaking of that, I'm speaking in the context of dark powers and entities that I've pissed off in life. They remain with you for whatever reason. And why are they there, right? For me, like what I've been experiencing in my life at one time was destroying me. I had to sleep with the lights on. But as I grew in my relationship with the divine, I began to do the opposite. I began to come out of that place of despair where the enemy became a teacher in that way, became a friend, rather than something that was destroying me. It made me learn from my fear and to overcome the despair. I don't sleep with the lights on anymore. Divinity is on all of us. Yes, it is. Yeah. You have a glare. The sun is coming right out behind you. It looks like you have a godly halo. Yeah. I think it's good right now. It's perfect the way it is right now. Yeah. It's beautiful watching it go down here. When I was walking in, I visited our alligator friend. There's more than one. I found there's another one. He's a little bit smaller than the other one. So I got to be careful when I go down by my spring now, because there might be a mama in there. Mama don't play. Mama eats humans. So I got to be careful. The babies, I'm not afraid of the babies. I'll walk up to the babies. But mama don't play. I didn't expect to see, my spring is small, and they probably eat, animals that come to the water. That's what I assume. Like there's all kinds of ducks and things that land in it. I would imagine that they would eat those, and field rats and things like that, smaller animals, I would assume, because it really has I don't think there's any fish in it. I mean, it's a very small spring. It's like having a little swimming pool in your backyard. It's not very big, and it's not very deep. I'm guessing 5 feet at the middle. I could be wrong. It's really dark water. I can't tell. Let's see here. Hail the trees. Yes, nice to see our friend from Scotland. Up late, chemistry. Very true, must it? I love watching the sunset in the grove. It's beautiful. Thank you. It's a beautiful place. Is it calm, Bard? Certainly, my friend Smeagol. It's very beautiful today. The weather is just right. I came out here, it was 80 degrees. Beautiful, beautiful day. I'm just hoping the clouds, there are some clouds. There's not a lot of them. I'm hoping that won't impede the nascent of the blood moon as it begins to rise. Yeah, the fullness of the blood moon will be at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when everyone is up in my house. So I told my daughter, get up, take pictures. We ain't going to see this to 2028. This will be a great, beautiful moment for you. And enjoy the energy. I mean, I feel the energy right now. Every time there's a full moon, I must be a werewolf because I feel it just going through my body. Trees got your back. Nice to see you, TAHAT4UF. Good to have you here. Move your camera a little bit over to the sun, has it now? Yeah, I think it's perfect right now where it is, yeah. Super Scott is here. Good to see you, Super Scott. Nice to see you, our good friend. And assalamu alaikum, shalom akchaktum, and all of that stuff in there to TH28, whatever your name is. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the merciful. Yeah, wonderful. Whatever your deities you have, you're all welcome here. As long as you're courteous, right? You don't have to agree with everyone in the world, right? We're all doing our best. Abracadabra, Skytone, good to see you. You bought a fake skull to meditate on, and permanence, and to wake the immaterial soul. Yeah, yeah. There's a wisdom. For me, a lot of people say to meditate upon death, and then it'll guide your behavior. Right? I think that's artificial because you're only behaving in a certain way because you have this rewards and punishments mindset. It's not genuine what you are doing. I think more of a healthy philosophy is not focusing on the death, but on the fact that you're going to live forever, that you're always going to be around, and you want to create good memories. In Christianity, they have a lot of, like the church fathers, always focusing on dying. One of the most morbid books about death I read was Sadhguru's, the famous Hindu contemporary, spiritual master. His book on dying. It was so bad I threw it in the garbage, mostly because of his narcissism in it. Um, that convinced me he was a narcissist, reading that book. I liked his other books. I liked the one on karma and inner engineering. There's only a little bit of it's all about me in there. But when you get to his book on death, it just gave me a bad feeling. I threw it in the garbage. I mean, that's how uh, terrible it was. Now you might enjoy it. For me, no. I think death is um, something it's a great mystery that we're all a part of it. But I think that we are going to come back, and I think you need to focus on living rather than dying. When you're just focusing on dying, you're living. You're not living, right? You're living in an artificial life. You're worried about um, what's going to happen, so you're going to make these decisions based on an idea of not being here anymore. I think that's artificial. If you think about, I'm going to be here forever, and I want to make the best choices that I can. I want to change the world. I want to make it a better place. When you have a philosophy of life, I think it's more healthy. But that's my point of view. I certainly could be wrong. Let's see here. So if I had a skull, I would say that skull is going to have skin on it. Now, what kind of memories do I want to have in that flesh when I come back? Our ancestors drank mead and beer instead of water. Fun times, yeah. Yeah, like I remember reading the history of beer. The Egyptians made it, and because they couldn't drink their water, so they were drinking beer all of the time, right? Because it was hot. You feel the need for mead. Yes. Manny Garcia, good to see you, our good friend. How have you been? Every now and then you stop in. I hope you're doing well. Beautiful trees in the grove. You love hearing nature. Yeah, it speaks to you. Nature is your friend, right? Nature is mother. Look at all this beauty here. Look at all of it. All the light dancing. Oh, it really gets down into your soul. All this beautiful light here. All the trees just soaking it up, right? And then they're going to be soaking up the moonlight tonight. All of that wonderful energy there. Come on, there you go, son. Stay right there. That's perfect. Right over my head. I have the power of the sun. All right, where am I at here? Let me see here. Trying to get so I can still read this. Sun's going down too far. How about here? Nope. I'm going to get that Stonehenge effect. Right? It's up a little bit there. Down a little bit here. There we go. That's good. All right. Circles. Speaking of trees, what grove are you in? My grove, in the middle of the Florida swamps, is where I have my grove at. Um, it's beautiful right now. Summer's coming, and the only difficulty, as I've mentioned out here, is the flies. Sometimes they annoy the shit out of you, sometimes they don't. So you never know, and there's nothing you can't smoke them out. I haven't tried scented candles yet. That'll be the next thing. But I've had a lot of good fortune with my mosquito net. I wear one of those. I come out here and meditate with that on. It's kind of an annoyance, but it's better than the alternative of just becoming a lunch for the flies. Stepping forward into the past, are you? Heaven and God are within oneself, yeah, and outside. This here, right here, this tree here, doesn't have any less of divinity than you do. And it's a mistake to think so, right? That you are somehow superior. You're only superior in your responsibility to your brothers and sisters that don't have arms and eyes and a mouth. You have a responsibility. You have a caretaker. You're a caretaker. You're able to help things blossom. You're able to help things bloom. You're able to help evolve things. Think about that. There was this one time, several hundred years ago. I think this was over in India. This guy, he had a flute, and he taught the birds in his backyard his song. And that song continued. Hundreds of years later, they are still singing the song, right? That experience changed him, right? You have the power to evolve species. You have the power to transform the environment. You have the power to make a red apple be really, really red, right? We have the ability to do that. That is a service, not for just ourselves, but for the entire cosmos. That's what makes us unique, what makes us special. We are the gods to the trees, to the rocks, to the blades of grass, to the animals. We are that for them. If you think about what is a god supposed to be, a god is the one who nourishes you, who encourages you, who inspires you, who gives you life. We are the gods in this world. And we have gods, right? And that's what deities do. And that's what we're supposed to be doing here. Thank you, Ceridwen, for bringing me to the bard. Yeah, wonderful goddess we have, right, Ceridwen? Now, did you have devotion to Ceridwen before you met me? Some people do, right? Some people have this devotion. It's new for me. Meeting Ceridwen was a humorous experience for me. Because as some of you know, the history of me and Ceridwen, I was introduced to, what is this saying here? My son got in a car accident. He was okay. He just started driving and he crashed into a lady, but no one's hurt. The car's fine. So I had to deal with that. What was I saying? Ceridwen. So Ceridwen is a mythology that I was introduced to in modern druidry. Because a lot of modern druids, they base their mythology and origins in the Welsh Bardic tradition. And so that's how I was introduced to Ceridwen. So what I did is I would put her image in the back here. In my green screen, I would put her in the back just as a form of humor to annoy Christian fundamentalists, because they come on and say that I'm worshiping a false god. I'm like, yes, she's right behind me. And I was saying, God is a woman. Well, I began to sense her showing up, and it was a motherly embrace. There was no exchange of names or conversation. It was an exchange of presence. And that's where my relationship with Ceridwen began. And, studying about her, learning about her, and how wonderful she is, Now, if I was still a Christian, she would just be a saint, because she's an ancestor of mine who is a goddess now. I don't believe that, these ideas of ultimate deities, that I don't see that as her. There's certainly greater powers in the universe, I would assume, but she is a goddess of wisdom. She is a goddess of transformation, renewal, and I deem her the goddess of spiritual entertainment. I think that she is devoted to the idea of comedy. You don't have a lot of deities that are involved with making you laugh. And I think Ceridwen does. I think she's very much interested into it. And that's why she is involved in my life, because, I do a lot of comedy on here, right? People can't figure that out. They want me to be serious. I've had people tell me that I would have greater success if I got rid of the comedy and just was always serious about spirituality. And I said, no, that's not who I am. And I think the goddess is very much about my comedy, and she uses it to reach people. So I'm not going to stop. Let's see there. Where are you at? The sun is disappearing. Trying to get it in here, trying to watch it go down between the trees. It's always romantic, right? It's all clustered up there in the back. All right, where am I at here? Crayons, please. I drag myself there. You use crayons? Thantos and Hypos, brothers of the same origin. Hail, Bradley. Good to see you. Looks like you're on a golf course, you think? A disc golf course? We have a lot of those in Florida. Disc golf. That's a new phenomena, a new sport here in Florida. I've never played. What do you see? Your name is Armel Beat. Good to see you. What a beautiful day at the Grove. Certainly your maple. Good to see you. Pouring out the maple syrup. It's a national park. This is what's considered a animal preserve. They call it it's an animal management center. The name of it is Hilachi Animal Management Area, and it has trails and things in it where people come and, it used to be like in the 80s or 90s. There was a farmers that were in here. There was a mine, a clay mine that was back here, and a few other industrial things. And the state bought all the land and began to recultivate it back into nature. And bring some of these trees here around me, I don't think are very old. There's some of them that, you could tell, like this one over here, that one over here, right across the way there. That's got to be at least 200 years old. But these trees here, they have to be under 100 years, maybe 150 or less. I don't know. I can't really tell. I'm not an expert, because a lot of the trees in the swamp are real skinny, and they just shoot up, several 100 feet up into the air. I'm not an expert, but I'm guessing that some of these trees are as old as I am, about 50 years old or more. I'm not an expert. But yeah, this is a state place. And eventually, in my budget, I'm going to get one of those tree cams. And do like a grove. I'm going to call it the Grove Cam, and because there's all kinds of animals that come through here in the evening time. So that's the future for the channel here, to have the Grove Cam, 24/7. Now that'll be a lot of fun, and then putting the animals up. I'm going to talk to the money boss tonight, my wife, and talk about getting that. The only thing I'll have to worry about is it getting stolen by people that are out here. There are people that do walk through my grove every now and then, mostly hunters, because during hunting season, this is open game out here. I think hunting season is at its conclusion, though. The world is here forever and has been here for a long time. Yeah, ancient springs talk to you. Wonderful. I love being in the grove. Yeah. Yeah, you have all kinds of beauty down there in Australia, right? Wonderful mythology, wonderful history in the land, right? The dream time, that comes right out of the land. All of these beautiful stories from the people there. Hi, still water. Good to have you here. In the grove, in the grove. You know what I tell Christians after they condemn me to the pits of hell for being a Celtic pagan? Yeah, there's always fun things to tell them, right? What does Awen mean? It means uh, the flowing spirit that inspires. Uh, for me, the Awen is Ceridwen. It's her life force. It's how she brings life into the world through artistic expression, um, inspiration in its purest reality, in its spiritual reality, is how I understand it. There's different ways people interpret it, but it just means the flowing spirit. It's in Irish. It would be imbos, IMBOS. Same reality in the Irish Celtic tradition. But I don't think in their Bardic tradition they went around chanting Awen, hiding in caves and things, wanting that inspiration of Ceridwen. I don't know anything about the Bardic tradition in Ireland other than the fact that when England was finally conquered, that it went underground and disappeared. It never disappeared in Wales. Wales has a continual tradition going back to the primitive forms of Druidry. Uh, Oh, our Norse pagan friend, good to see you. What is your alcohol of choice, Deacon? Bardo. That is my favorite wine, my favorite alcohol of choice. If I had, after that, like when I go out for a drink, it would be at a restaurant or something, it would be Long Island iced tea. But that's only on occasion. I don't drink anymore since I've switched over to using marijuana at night. I've stopped drinking, and I feel a lot healthier. As some of you know, I lost over 30 pounds by just quitting drinking. I was drinking a lot. I mean, like a fifth a week, and I wasn't doing it for to get drunk. I was doing it to manage my pain, to be able to make dinner at night for my family. I'd have to do six shots of whiskey to be able to get up there and cook and manage the family in the evening. But tomorrow morning I'm going. Um, I'm gonna have to leave the show early because I got to go get my injections in my back to take care of my arthritic swelling that takes place. Awen is Amen, is a creation of heaven on earth. Well, like I said, you're free to interpret it the way you want. I don't say amen anymore to the conclusion of my prayers is because I'm not a Christian. Amen is part of the Abrahamic tradition. I am no longer in that tradition, so I don't, it is a word foreign to my spirituality, so I don't say it anymore, uh, unless it's on accident. Sometimes, in family context, I might accidentally say it instead of Awen. Oh, there's the last of the light there. It's getting there. The moon should be coming out soon. It's going to be a beautiful evening here in the Grove. Let's see what time it is here. Yep, yep. The sun goes down in 30 minutes completely, and then we'll see where we're at there. I told my wife I'm going to be out here a little bit longer and see what happens. Let's see here. Hello, why not? Good to have you here. Happy to be in the present, yes. Let's see. Ancient trees of knowledge. Let's see here. When I was young, I was afraid of the dark. When I grew up and I found out, I was afraid of the unknown, not the dark itself. Knowing that made the fear disappear. The darkness now feels more like a kindred being. Yeah, I think that I'm not afraid of the darkness. It's what's sometimes, I don't know why, like dark beings, they make a home in the dark. And there's a reason why you have an instinctual fear of the dark, right? Because there are terrifying things that are in the darkness. And that is a mystery. I don't understand it. The trees are giving us a beautiful, loving energy, certainly. Uh, Karma yoga, perfect love casts out fear. Hug a tree today. union, casting out duality of pleasure and pain. Why does pleasure have to be the bad guy, right? For if you're a Buddhist, it's the bad guy, right? Because it allows you to cling to what is here, and pleasure causes suffering because you're not experiencing the pleasure anymore. I think there needs to be a balance, right? And not like pain in the sense of unnecessary suffering or torment, but pain to bring about transformation. I think there's something to, um, you know, um, pleasure that is wonderful, that is good, that is life giving. What the greatest pleasure in the world is sexual pleasure, right? And you have to go through this process of, torment basically in your body, in your relationships, to finally get to that moment where you share yourself with another person. And it's glorious, right? When you get there. And then, you repeat the same process throughout your life. You learn to grow in love through suffering. And the suffering doesn't have to, I'm not talking about unnecessary suffering, but the suffering that forms you. The pleasure, I don't think, is a bad thing. I think it's a wonderful thing when you do it right. You remember that? Well, oaks are strong, deep tap nods, and giving you, let's see, wonderful. Let's see, Jesus is our perfect love who casts out fear. Well, why can't you do it? Why do you need someone else to do it, right? Why do you need a deity to do it? Jesus wants you to learn to do it. He really does. When I was a Christian, I would teach people that you have a responsibility. He's not going to do it for you. You can't blame him for everything, right? I've always slept as a child with the lights on. Yeah. I don't need to do that anymore. I did that till I was like 30 something. But I've learned to be not afraid of it. I've learned to do the opposite. Hare Krishna for you, good. Doesn't mean you won't fight and die to protect the freedom of religion and freedom of speech. Now, we don't do politics here. I think that the politicizing religion, I think, is a terrible thing. I really do. Look what it's doing in our country. There would be no Church of Satan if our politics weren't. We have some wonderful people in our community that are from the Church of Satan. Now, they are non-theists. They live by a philosophy that's in response to the abuse of religion and politics in my country. I sleep with a faintless light wherever I am. Yeah. My spring doesn't have alligators, robins and blackbirds, maybe. Yeah, that's lunchtime over here for my alligators, right? The gods gave us freedom to live incorrectly. They are not insulted for doing it wrong. The gods give us the freedom to do what we please. Yeah, that's I think a philosophy of freedom is not based on the idea that somehow you are going to be judged for everything you've done. Like this is a testing ground. I think that is a terrible thing. But at the same time, learning what is freedom for. Is it just for doing whatever the hell you want? I don't think so. I think that unlike this tree here, it doesn't have certain freedoms, right? It only has the freedom to be a tree, right? It can't do more than that. And it doesn't have a responsibility to go beyond that. I think that freedom implies a responsibility to everything, not just to the pursuit of pleasure. Hedonism really is a dead end. I think hedonistic philosophies like doest thou wilt, I think that you can do that, but in the long run, what are you doing? You're not helping the world, you're helping yourself. And you're creating your own misery in doing that. We find freedom really flourishing in our ability to love the world we are in. I think that is what the mystery of freedom is for, is to love the world that you're in, to let that love grow. If we don't have the freedom, we don't have the ability to love in that capacity. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's terrible. The hedonism, I think, is terrible. Terrible philosophy that doesn't really help people out. Um, let's see here. Grove is, didn't Odin sacrifice to gain wisdom? Yeah, he sacrificed himself, right, with his spear to get the wisdom. What are those beings of fate? The starts with an N. I forgot what the people that the beings that gave him the runes, right? He sacrificed himself, to have that wisdom to share with humanity. Now, did Odin do it for himself? No, he did it for everyone. There's a lesson in that mythology, that you are supposed to do the same, right? You are supposed to give. There's Odin speaking to you. You are supposed to do the same. Odin did what he did. Now it's your turn. You have to find your own spear that you willingly take into yourself in order to bring wisdom into the world. Jamin, good to see you, our good friend. Yeah, if you are here enjoying this conversation, give that little thing a touch up there. I appreciate that. And I'm going to be out here until the moon comes out tonight, and then I will return to you 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a little bit earlier for our people overseas here. Praise Keredwin. We are water, programmable water, crystalline beauty. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Praise Keredwin. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Elijah sees the prophets of Baal. Let not one escape. That is just war. No, it isn't some guy being an asshole. That's what it is. There's no such thing as a just war. War is a tragedy that sometimes we have to fight. It is a curse, is what it is. There's always ways you can justify it. But in the long run, what does it do? You just fight another one afterwards, right? You cause reasons for more wars. It's a curse in our humanity. And the only way to overcome this curse is loving your enemy, learning to do that. I think now I'm not saying that if you have like somebody like Adolf Hitler, taking over, that you shouldn't stand up against that. You have to stand up against injustice. But I think many, many wars that are fought is because of politics. You lovely, wonderful bard, looking sharp here on a peaceful occasion, true treasure here, building each other up. Yes, indeed, my friend. Meditate on what you cannot imagine or feel. Ooh, that would be powerful, right? Scott, you wanted to thank you for your lives being so entertaining and educational. I always learn something new. Yes, as I've told people, the life that I've lived is all of my experiences, I believe, have brought me to this YouTube as the final capstone of my living experience, sharing with people through spiritual entertainment. There's a little tiny bit of sun left. There it is, right there. Just a little bit left, saying goodbye there. The beauty of the sun. Let's see here. You have also a carved fake skull to remind you of the beauty of impermanence and mortality. Or if you meditate with tobacco and marijuana every few years, you use mushrooms. Yeah. Bard, I had a tight chest and couldn't breathe. I just started watching, and I'm all right now. Uh, Distraction is great. Yes, but distraction is not a cure. Your problems always come back after the show. You have to learn to deal with that. Find sometimes talking to someone about it, finding ways to deal with that anxiety. Learning how to manage it, learning how. I've suffered with anxiety most of my life, where I could not speak, and it took me a long time to heal from that. You can heal from it. Distractions, they, it's nice to have them, but the problem is still there, and I would encourage you to try to deal with that in some way. All right, there goes the last of the sun there. Put this down a little bit here. I don't have to keep gazing up into the air here at the camera here. Yes, we heard you, Morphin. Um, let's see here. You use mushrooms to connect with the gods, the lineage and origin of the beginning, primordial ancestors, nature beings. Yeah, they have various uses, right? You also meditate with tobacco? Yeah. I meditate with coffee. You shouldn't. You should check out this documentary. It's called "How Beer Saved the World." Yeah, I think I've seen that before. I think I've seen that on the History. Was it on the History Channel a long time ago? Um, you can join Father Bard's community for the price of a cup of coffee. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, if you're interested in joining our community, I do this for a living. And if you buy me a cup of coffee, I would appreciate that. And you can become a member of our Discord community. You get all kinds of fun emojis and things as well. Yeah, our Discord community is a real treasure. We have really good people on there from all different. I don't agree with all the people on there. They don't agree with me. But we are together under the banner of spiritual entertainment. People from all different experiences having conversations. And I think that is a miracle, as you don't always get that, right? That's what I was asking earlier. What grove are you in? What kind of trees are there? This is a laurel oak tree. Most of these are laurel oak trees. I was just fiddling with some acorns here, that acorn tops. Where did they go? I just had them in my hand here. I think I threw the stick off to the side somewhere. But yeah, a lot of these, here's a, no, that's not it. A lot of these trees here in the swamps of Florida, they are called laurel oaks. Look at the little tiny, these aren't like the oaks that you see up north. You see that acorn hat there? Real tiny acorns. That's what you have here. Most of these trees in my grove are laurel oak trees, the oak of the Florida swamp. And they really look crazy sometimes when they get really big. Like you could see here what I call the awan tree. You see that? Look at it. It's got three in one right there. You get a lot of wild looking trees. Like that one there is all crazy looking, right? A lot of wild trees here, and how they develop. The Florida trees are real wild, but that's the nature of the energy of the swamp, right? It's wild. Let's see here. Beer did save the world, yeah. You are grateful for every moment. And that's good to practice that, right? To live in gratitude for what has been given unto you. You feel at home in nature, Deb? Yeah. Now, have you been to some of the sacred places of your Aborigine neighbors? Have you been to that giant plateau where the gods come from? There's some really interesting stories down, very ancient mythology down in Australia, right? A pyramid is a nice touch. I'm way behind in the comments. Damn. How about a pint? Am I your dad? No, you're not my son. My son has a different name on here. You love being out and about? Good, good. Are you a friend with Was Waffles channel? I don't know who the hell that is. Was or Wi-Fi? No, I never heard of that. Doesn't have lot. I do have lots of children. Yeah. Hobo Roadrunner, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. You've been accepted to take the fire exam for your town's fire department here in Lufkin, Texas. Well, congratulations. Thank you for being a protector of your community. That's a great service, being a fireman. Yeah, thank you for doing that, Hobo Runner. I hope you've great success. The iron butterfly in Gadaba, what is that? Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment, right? Let's see here. Yeah, please double tap the sun or like the stream. Where am I at? You grow trees, you squirrel away nuts in pots. You have oaks and hazels in your garden. Beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, the darkness is coming. The darkness is coming. Yeah, once it gets dark, then I'll start packing up and we'll walk out of here looking up at the sun or the moon. Hopefully there'll be a moon out here. Even if there's no moon, the energy will certainly be here, which is beautiful, right? Oh, someone got in trouble there. Amen. A woman? Oh, okay. Let's see. Abandon all hope, all you who enter. Why? What's going on here, Patrick Q? What is going on here? Praise Kedadwin. Let's see. Someone say my Schneefel name. What is that? To the paradise we forgot we are living in. Certainly. Is smoking cigarettes a sin? It depends on what kind of Christian you are. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, my beginners fender bender. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was talking about my son's accident. Ease on the brakes. Yeah. Far out, fascinating. Is farting a sin? Yeah. It depends on what kind of church you're in. It really does. The background deserves a fight scene. You think you want some animals going at it back here. When you first started driving, you hit many snow banks before. Yeah, I was a terrible first driver. Up until I was about 22. I was terrible. I got in so many accidents. Now it's a very rare thing. I've had like maybe 2 or 3 accidents in 30 years. Keradwin sounds Celtic laughter. Important, God, yeah. Freya is also a loving mother, yeah. Yeah, farting causes pollution, I would imagine so. So does breathing. Should we stop that too? Yeah. You know what? It's a terrible thing is this medication that they're giving to cows to stop the gas pollution. Isn't that terrible? This lady was talking about over in Ireland. They gave that to some cows, and a lot of them died from this anti-gas medicine. I mean, they're supposed to be, passing gas. That's what they do, right? That's the way. That's part of their system. I mean, it's crazy, right? What people are doing to animals, just so they can appeal to their philosophy of guilt. Let's see here. Who is that here? My good grinder friend Steve is on here. You out crop dusting now? Yeah. See, you shouldn't breathe. Oh no. Where am I at here? Shed dogmatic scales. Yeah. Take it all out. Bard, I have a grope cam at home. I would imagine you do, for those fun nights, right? The grope cam. You have it tied up to your backside. Yeah, to get a good shot of what's going in there. Yeah. Hopefully you can hide the camera. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good. Jonas Time Traveler, good to have you here. Thoughts on Datura? What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't do any drugs. Sobriety keeps me, yeah, from connecting to the source, and I think that is beautiful. Yeah, for me, my best meditation is when I'm sober. And now I have used mushrooms, and the context for doing that was out of sobriety, out of fasting and prayer. I could not get to that place that I needed to go. I was kind of like stuck in myself. And in the context of using those mushrooms, it helped me to go out of my experience, where I was able to see myself and evaluate myself in a new context. It was for healing. It wasn't for abuse. I know there's a lot of psychonauts on here that enjoy the program, and I'm not. I'm not against the way that you choose to live. High five there. I'm not. That's your life. You have the right to express. But I think that people abuse things, and I don't like that. I don't like drug abuse. I don't like having to rely on substances all the time for your spirituality. Yeah, you should be able to have your best experiences in sobriety, right? Um, I learned so much from you, Father Bard, but I'm glad to be a resource to you for your spiritual entertainment. Drugs opens doors, they are not the path itself. Yeah, the path is one you make with difficulty and struggle, right? In sobriety. Nothing is separated from the divine. I remember one time I was with a friend at a church, and he started bitching about the whiny baby that was there. And I'm like, that this doesn't separate you from the divine, right? This is part of the process. That doesn't separate. Now, that might be a nuisance in terms of you trying to focus on what is here, but it doesn't separate you from it. It's part of the struggle, it's part of the process. And I've had to learn that having 8 children, you know, uh, developing a quiet place inside of myself. Yeah, but that's a good philosophy. Drugs open doors, they are not the path itself. Uh, they can be helpful, but they are not the journey. Um, Alcohol kills if abused. You care for an alcoholic, yeah. Well, thank you for your dedication. That is very difficult. My father, he is an alcoholic. I don't communicate with him anymore. I know that he's in a nursing home, and that's on his part. But I would never bring my children around him. You know, he has gone so far in his alcoholism that he no longer acts like a human being, doesn't have decency anymore. Now, when he's sober, he's fine. And it's difficult when you have family members that remain in alcoholism. A lot of people overcome it. A lot of people find a way out. Yeah, we really get addicted to lots of things, and it's really easy to use substances. But one of the things I was addicted to for a long time was video games. That was my big drug. Now I've recently come back after 3 years, and I've been meditating. Should I continue on with this? Is this something unhealthy? I'm able to walk away from it now. I've learned to deal with the problems inside of me that were keeping me clinging to it, always going back to it. There was something not right in here that caused the addiction. So I'm able to go back to it now with no problem at all. I'm able to walk away from it. Yeah. Some of you know I started playing Veil God, the new Dragon Age game. Um, I always loved the mythology in it. I wanted to see where it was going. So I'll just give it a try, see what's going on. And I have no problem quitting it again if I need to. No problem. It was 3 years since I played a video game. I walked away from it because that's all I did. And a lot of it had to do with my religion because I wasn't giving everything to the deity. right? In Christianity, there's the God demands high demands. It's all or nothing. You can't have things that you're devoted to. You have to hate your mother, brother, and sister, and family members. Everything is devoted, and I wasn't doing that. So I would go and binge the game and then quit. And I would have this. I would do this for years, right? I would do these binges and then I'd quit. And then finally, I said, I'm just going to quit for good. And I don't have that vision of deity anymore, and there's no longer an unhealthy connection to the game where that I had before and previously. But there's a lot of people that struggle with addiction in various forms, and uh, video games are real easy to get addicted to. You look wonderful and healthy, Bard. Congratulations on stopping drinking. Thank you. Thank you. You were addicted to meth, but you've managed to quit and stay sober for 7 years. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? I don't say amen either. Doesn't fit anymore. Yeah. It's Owen for me. You lost your best friend to alcoholism. It's something that is important to me. Yeah. And, that they teach you that like in AA, that alcoholism isn't the problem, right? It's what you're doing with it. And other people, um, you can find peace knowing that other people are drinking, but they're not doing it while you are drinking, right? And I don't mean to cause any temptation to people who are struggling. When I mention drinking or using substances, that's certainly not my intention. The problem is not the substance, it's the person abusing it. Substances are not evil. Yes, God is a true miracle, right? It's not fun to watch, yeah. Well, thank you for loving that person, Deb. That's great, difficult and struggle that a lot of people they remain in these relationships, right? And sometimes that love pays off. So have hope, Deb. That love sometimes pays off. Those persons they find a way out of it. I think about when I was in the deepest, darkest part of my life. I was like homeless for a little bit, and in a terrible place with drugs and alcohol. And my grandmother took me in, and she allowed me to live there with my problems. And I got kicked out once, and I came back, and eventually I gave that up. I had a foundation in my life where I could ascend out of my circumstances. Everything worked out because I had people loving me. That's very important that uh, that someone is there loving you, and it pays off. I'm glad I tell my grandmother thank you all the time. I named my first daughter, my first child, after my grandmother. That's how grateful I was for her commitment to me in all of my terrible. I was terrible. I was terrible to. Uh, I didn't respect her the way I should have. But I'm grateful for her perseverance. Um, let's see. You are perfect. You are Jesus in the physical flesh. Thank you. Whatever deity you want me to be, I will be that for you. Aes Sedai, the high priestess of the orchard, is here. Gwendolyn, good to see you. Good to have you here, our friend. Afraid of the dark, strange, the light is within us. It pierces the dark. Dim it, and no one, nothing. Yeah. Yeah, you have to learn about that, right? You have to learn about everything that is within you. And then you're able to deal with fear. Until you learn that, right? You despair. Jesus said we are all divine. Yeah, heaven is within us. Agreed, Bar. Detachment is a good thought. I'm not fond of severe asceticism, medieval Catholics and Hindus and sadhus do. Yeah, I think that is in balance. Yeah. Enjoy life. Do you think humans would gain the trust of the gods if they stopped trying to please other humans? Well, I don't think we have a responsibility to gain the trust of the gods. They should know what we are made of, right? There's no need to please them. They are there to help, in my opinion. Um, Gods that need anything from me, it really makes me question your divinity, right? Will they continue the cycle of the cursed and remain lost? I don't think they, um, these are difficult questions, right? Oh, let's see. You sleep with a mask because you need pitch black. Yeah. Sometimes I'll put, like if I sleep during the day, I have to do that. I have to put something over my eyes. Does the light bulb feed the darkness it illuminates, or does it stand comfortably in its own glow? Are there things not drawn to imbalance from the dark? The light bulb does not fear the dark. Yeah. The creek in your backyard in the last few days is gushing like Gary. Oh man, spring is almost here. Yeah. And it's what we're celebrating tonight. The worm moon is what we're going to experience tonight. We're waiting for it right now. The countdown to darkness has begun. The sun is setting just now. It's supposed to 6:37 p.m. I think it is when it is going to go down. When it gets a little bit darker, I'm going to pack up because I need to be on my feet just in case a group of animals rushes in at me or something. So I got to get all, when it gets real dark, we'll start making our way out. The creek broke. Can we live as we please, though? If Odin did that, then he wouldn't have the knowledge he gained through sacrifice. Yeah. I have little knowledge about Odin, so if I was wrong, correct me. Yeah. I don't think that the idea of living how you please, I think it's unhealthy, because sometimes our behaviors are unhealthy, like alcoholism, right? I can do what I want. Yeah, but look what you're doing. You're making other people miserable who love you, right? You have blackout curtains when the light's too bright. Night of Cypher, good to see you, our good friend. Always nice to see all of our community members here. Love is thou wilt. You like that philosophy? Love is thou wilt. That's beautiful, right? Beautiful philosophy. Let's see here. In my belief, freedom is to live. Order is born from life. Life is just like chaos, raw essence of being. That, like evil is separate from chaos. Life is separate from order. Interesting philosophy. It's kind of the same as Jesus quotes, seek first the kingdom of God and all else will be added to you, which I interpret as seek union. Find harmony. Find harmony, and then everything works out, right? Like and subscribe. There's stardust in our veins. So true. The eclipse is at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. It begins at 4 something. It begins to manifest. And then its climax is at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when you see all of its glory there. Am I staying up all night? No. As soon as I leave here, I'm going to bed, but I'll be back up on the channel here 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 7:45, 8, because I got a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I can't stay to my usual 7 to 9. So I'm getting up earlier, getting on earlier to get it going here for taking advantage of all that good energy, all of that good light. War, what is it good for? Yes, 6:33 a.m. will be maximum, begins at 6:04. Thank you, sister. So amazing that so many people will be moon gazing at the exact same time. Yeah. Thank you for all your amazing jobs, moderators. Yes, thank you. The world's only unkind as we allow ourselves to be. You are wonderful. The world is wonderful. We are wonderful. Yes, beautiful. We will be together in the grove looking at the same moon. Isn't that beautiful? Can someone fill him in on the moon thing? Yeah, I'm sure that This is the first full moon in March. It is called the worm moon. It's also a rare eclipse that is happening. Moon is going to be turning red, right? It won't happen again to 2028. Yeah, tomorrow morning. Yep. All plants have music. Words are just a medium. We agree to use them to describe the things we understand. I am in you, you are in me. Good old DMT. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that enjoy that. What did I do? I made it brighter for some reason. How did I do that? Look at it. I just made it brighter. What do I do? How do I get rid of that? Go back to where you were. There we are. Interesting. Good evening, Brent Martinez. How are you? Cool hands, Mountain Man. You hope that you are enjoying your day. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. You're not into astrology to say some people consider the late winter eclipse the coming of spring. Yeah, I'm just going off what I heard on the radio. I don't know anything about it, really. Best spiritual entertainment is healing that you, Father Bard. You're welcome. You called me an asshole the other day, I think, but I was likely being an asshole. Thought nothing of it. Shit. Oh shit, there's a deer. You see it. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if you can see it. That is a doe. It's warning me. It's making that nostril grunting at me. Hi. Look at that creature. Beautiful, isn't it? You see it? Beautiful. It's very curious. I hope Papa's not around. He's got those antlers that will really go into you. You know, I'm pretty sure it smells the pile of nuts I have right in front of me. It's probably going to want to come over here and eat them. I got a huge pile of nuts. Oh, look at that creature. Isn't it beautiful? Well, hello there. I see you over there. You can come over and say hello. I see you. Look at you. You're a beautiful creature. I see you. Come over here and say hello to everyone. Don't be shy. Hello there. What a beautiful creature. I'm glad that I was able to share this with you. Beautiful creature right over there. Oh my. All right. You gonna come over here? Come on over here. Come get your nuts. Oh, the forest is getting active. Where's all your family? Oh man. What you doing over there? What you doing over there, creature? Come on over here and say hello. Oh, there you go. There she goes. You don't have to be afraid. Come on over here and say hello. You see that beautiful creature? Beautiful creature right there. Curious. Like, should I come over there and get the food? I'm trying to talk softly. I hope you can still hear me. Does everyone see that? Oh, look at that. Come on over here. We won't hurt you over here. Oh, beautiful. Come over here. You want those nuts, don't you? You could smell the raisins. Come on over here. Enjoy yourself. I brought that out here for you. It's like, I want that food. She's like, I want that food. Come on over here. No one's going to hurt you over here. I'm not a hunter. Come on over here. You see how curious these creatures are? Isn't that beautiful? Very curious creature, just staring at me. Come on over here. It's like stomping her foot in the front there, wagging her tail. They could smell that. There's a whole pile of nuts over here. I didn't think, I brought them out here for the birds. I'm going to catch up to your comments. If I didn't greet you, I apologize. Let's see here. Wow, I'm way behind. Yeah, do you see it? Raven Sand, nice to see you. Yeah, we might be reborn to become a deer, maybe. Robin, nice to see you. And Melly, our herbalist, is here. Good to see you. The deer can feel you vibrations and energy. Trust that. Yeah, come on over here. That'd be so wonderful if it came over here and just started eating the nuts. I'm trying not to move. I'm just worried about the buck, the stag. When I saw him, he's got like 12 points on each rack. I mean, he's huge. He's a massive creature. Because they've been in the grove here a few times. And that's what I'm worried about. The deer for the water, so my heart, it pants for you. I could share lots of pics out there. Good to see you, our resident witchy friend here. Good to see you again. I'm trying to speak really softly because I want the creature to come over here. Yeah, there you are. We see you. Come on over here. You're just staring at. You can come over here. Yeah, come on over here. Nice to see you. Yeah, come on over here. I know you're curious. You're hungry. Come eat these nuts. You smell the nuts, don't you? Come on over here. Come here, creature. You live in the city and saw 8 turkeys. I remember you sharing that with us. And then a deer visited you too. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Use a higher voice. Hey, baby deer. A spirit animal of yours, perhaps, Bud? I don't know. Maybe. It's definitely a good omen, right? It's just staring. I mean, it's wanting attention. It wants the nuts. I know it wants the nuts. Come on over here, baby. It's just creeping its way over here. I got those for you. Those nuts for you. Come on over here. Look at we're the National Geographic Live in the Grove. Yeah, that's a good sign, right? I send you a larger super chat. Would you buy a bag of compost and spread it on your favorite tree out there? A bag of compost? I don't know how the if I could manage carrying that all the way where I am. I mean, it's like a 25-minute walk. Come here, sweetheart. We have lots of people who want to see you. Come on over here. Come have a conversation. It's a pure sign, you think? You talk to them as if babies. It helps. Come here, sweetheart. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on. No one's going to hurt you over here. We are friends. Come here, sweetie. Come get these nuts. You know you want the nuts. I know you want to eat those juicy raisins. Oh, they came right up to you, really? I've never had that happen to me out here. They stay far away. Why did I change my name? Because I'm no longer a Christian minister. That is why. Come on over here, sweetheart. We got a bunch of people. You got lots of fans on here that want to talk to you. You better hurry up. Come over here. I got to start packing up soon. It's really, really dark. I don't know what your big buck friend, Mr. Stag. I don't want him coming out here. And yeah, he's more of a guardian. Maybe you want to show a sign of peace of your intentions to and disturb the area. They seem like they are guarding the area. Animals tend to follow you a lot. Yeah, it's twilight. Yeah, this is. Are you guarding the area? She's making all that snorting noises. Come on over here. No one's going to hurt you. Oh man. Oh, the moon is out. I can see it. All of that lunar energy. You want me to get out of here? Do you want to come get your stuff over here? Come on over here, sweetheart. Come on over here. I got nice nuts over here for you. I'm going to have to pack up and leave here. I know that this is your place. This is where you run around at night. I'm usually not here, right? Let's see. Stags showed up in a forest with glowing crosses between antlers, possibly symbolizing spiritual enlightenment. Interesting. Like the star. Yeah. Yes, the Celtic cross. Bard is a Yahweh Satanist. No, I am not. I am just an entertainer. Yes, you're. Pretty soon, no one's going to be able to see you. It'll be too dark. Are you going to come over here, creature? I need to get packed up here and start getting all my stuff put away. And I know you want those nuts. I know you smell them. Come on over here, sweetheart. They're for you. I'm not going to hurt you. Come on. Come on over here. I wonder if they get so. That's as far as they get towards me. I understand your fear. Humans haven't been good to your relatives, right? Not me. Yeah, take care of yourself, cool hands, mountain man. Hope you find rest tonight as well. Let's see. You meant it's the God of Yahweh, Satan? Yeah, I think so. Come here, creature. Come on over here. Look at you. You're a beautiful creature. No one's going to be able to see you soon. It'll be too dark. And I got to get my stuff together here. And I know your dad's going to come out of that woods, and he isn't going to like me. He's going to come point his pointy ears into antlers into me. Oh, there you are. There you go, sweetheart. All right, I'm going to start packing up. You can come over here. We got plenty of nuts for you. But I got to get all my stuff together here and get out of here. I got some water. You thirsty? Berry water? All right, I don't think she's going to come over here. You can hear the Nye coming in. Yeah, she's like, let's see. She's about 20, 25 yards away. Right in the middle of the screen. She's just standing there blending into the dark. But there's mosquitoes coming out here now. So I got to start getting my stuff put away here. Well, you have a lot of fans on here that want to see you up close. I'm going to walk up to you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk right up to you after I get my stuff together here. Yeah. I'm going to walk right up to you to see what you do. She'd probably be scared when she sees me stand up, I would imagine. All right, I'm going to start putting my stuff away here, getting my coat on. Putting all of my stuff away. Got to put my blanket. Oh shit, there's another one. Yeah. Time to evacuate. Oh, let's see here. You're a beautiful creature. Beautiful creature you are. You're hungry. You want those nuts. I know you do. I'm going to get out of here so you can have them. Thank you for blessing us with your beautiful presence tonight. Where are you going? Now you're going to run off? What kind of courtesy is that? You're just going to take off now after entertaining everyone here? I don't know if you probably can't see her anymore. Let's see here. All right, I'm putting my stuff away. I'm leaving so you can have your nuts. I'm going to get out of here. I know you're hungry for those nuts. Probably have to battle the boars for them. It's amazing how well they smell. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's not sticking around here for meat. She wants those nuts. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Just a minute. Beautiful creature. Yeah, such a wonderful evening. I'm glad I got to experience that with everyone tonight. What a beautiful experience, right? To see a little deer up close like that. I see you back there. She's probably going to run away when I stand up. She's like, wow, he's a giant. Hi, sweetheart. All right. Okay, I got all my stuff together. All right. I'm going to pick up this thing. I'm going to walk slowly up to her and see what happens. She's probably going to run over here and eat the nuts, I would imagine. All right, walking slow. Walking. Nice to see you, ELP. She's going to remember your scent. You think so? You bet they will come off sniffing your scent around the grove. What a blessing, yeah. Where are you going? All right, I'm walking up to her. Hi. Hello. I'm the guy who brought you the nuts. I can see you over there. I'm coming closer. Oh, why are you running away? Why are you running away? All right, now she's... All right, I'll let you come get your nuts. I'm going to get out of here. All right. Beautiful creatures right there. All right. I'm going to walk out and walk back in to see if she comes and gets the nuts, because I had the pile right down in front of me. Let's see here. Well, you see the moon peeking through the trees there, don't you? All right, where did you go? Going over here somewhere. Oh, there's the moon peeking through the trees. Beautiful evening. Beautiful evening. I'm glad I get to share that with you. Is that the moon? Yep, that is the moon. Where did she go? She ran out here somewhere. All right. She's probably going to double back and go to... There it is. There she is, the Moon Maiden. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, man. That is glorious. I think she went back into the tree line here. I don't see you out here anymore. All right, I'm going to go back in and see if she went for the... It's hard to see. It's really dark in here now. I'm probably going to have to walk through here. Here we go. The darkness of the bard. Let's see here. Did she come back in? Nope, she did not. What is this? What's falling down here? A piece of paper. I got stuff falling out of my... Oh, that's what did I just drop? Hopefully not my car keys. Oh, damn it. What did I just drop? There's my car keys. Let me turn my flashlight on here for a moment. Oh, light. Where's the light? Flashlight on. What did I drop here? Let's see, turn this around. I dropped something on the ground here. I can't tell what it was. Let me turn my flashlight back on. It is dark. It's really, really dark. Why isn't this working? Let's see, I got my wallet. I got my keys. Yes, I'm safe. I don't know what I just dropped. I'll have to... Something out of my back pocket. Why doesn't my flashlight come on? Flashlight on. All right. Something. Let's see here. Oh, nothing. I can't see anything. Maybe it was just a stick that fell down. All right. Let me turn my light off here. I don't want to scare the animals. All right. It's really, really dark. Circling back to see if she went for the nuts. Yeah, I don't see her. All right. Yeah, it's not safe for me to be back here anymore, so I'm going to walk out into the light. My vision is way off. I can't see much out here. All right. But that was a beautiful experience to be able to see that, wasn't it? You are so startled. The Fae stole your things? Yeah, probably. Please check for your keys. Yeah. Like, you're staying here tonight in the woods. Yeah. I want to go back just one more time against the tree line. That's where you could see the most animals. And there should be some illumination there. Let's see here. Working our way through the darkness here. It's really difficult because you can't see anything. Let me see. We're going to see if the offering was received. Let me see. Where am I at? Oh, I don't see anything here. Can't even see where I put it. It's so dark. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go walk the tree line here and see if we see any more critters out here. That was beautiful. What a beautiful experience, right? And the stars are out tonight. Look, it's a beautiful, beautiful evening. I feel lots of energy. I feel like really peaceful right now out here in the moonlight. That beautiful creature coming up and saying hello like that. That was a wonderful experience. That was the longest anyone's stayed in terms of the deers that I've seen out here. That's the longest one has hung out and was curious. Let me see what you can see. I don't know if you can see much. Yeah, it's pretty much, you see, that's what I see, darkness right now. And soon it'll be super, super dark if it wasn't for that moon that's out right now. But I'm going to make my way towards where I have my where my spring is to see if the gators are out. Then I'll make my way back to my my truck. Let's see here. That was a big star. Look at them all. Look at all them. I mean, this is like the perfect evening. Perfect evening tonight. Yeah, that really warmed my heart. I feel really peaceful right now seeing that. Looking forward to going back and editing some of the video if it's possible, putting some light into it, and so you can get a close-up of the deer What a wonderful experience. Let's see here. Yeah, at least I can see my feet. I know where I'm walking because I've been through this path many times. But it is quite dark out here in the where all the trees are. And eventually moving my way out to the road where I can be under the moonlight. Here, lots of stuff moving in the woods there. They just get all riled up at this time of night, at the twilight. It's beautiful out here. The deer was so cool. Way Stampy, yeah. Stampy the deer. Snorting and grunting. Yeah, I shared a story when one night I was out here, and that whole family of them, and the huge antler on this one, it was really frightening. It started going up to me slowly, doing that, and I was just sitting there. I had my gun loaded just in case I had to fire it off, because I know I could be killed. And a bird flew down and started yapping at it, and it ran away. So I think that the goddess was protecting me from the creature. I don't want to ever have to fire my weapon out here. All right. I got to be careful not to be gator lunch right over here. Now that I know there's more than one gator living in this. Yeah, you can't even see it. It's like a big pit of darkness. But you can see the moon. There it is. The glow of the mother. Beautiful. It's like a gateway right there, just looking into the way the light is. It's just like a gateway of peace right there. Moonlight is Keridwen's rays. Isn't that beautiful? It's just like something out of a dream, just staring at it. So beautiful. Yeah, everything else is pitch black. So I gotta making my way to the road now so I can see. And I feel wonderful. I feel there's so much energy of the moon, of that experience. I mean, I feel like alive. I feel wonderful. It was such a good omen. There we go, working our way out here. Beautiful, beautiful evening. I wish those stupid wires weren't there. I hate that impeding the vision. Oh, we're about to go underneath of them anyways. Let's be able to see better. Ah, I almost tumbled over there. Look at that beautiful thing. Beauty right there. All that lunar energy all over the world. Beautiful. There it is. Look at the rays coming off of it. It's just so beautiful right there. It's like it's pulsating. I don't know if that's the way it is for you. It's beautiful. Might be a good idea to heading for your walk back to the car. Yeah. Who knows what else will come out? The resident bear will come out. Hello. Do you have a moment to talk about lunch? No. Isn't the gift of to see the moon from anywhere you are in the world? Yeah. The mother is always shining down upon us. It's beautiful. Beautiful. There's a couple of mosquitoes out tonight. I don't want to spray myself because I hate the way that stuff smells. I got like some natural spray, but if it gets a little bit worse, I'm going to have to spray up here. They're going to eat me alive. Good to see you, Blake. Beautiful moon tonight. Yes, it is, isn't it? It is quite beautiful. I got about a 25-minute walk now back to my truck. that the phone is illuminating my walk here and the moon is providing a decent amount of light to see in the darkness here. Such a beautiful thing there. Through the screen, it looks darker than it actually is for the bard. It's very bright due to the moon. Yeah, there's a decent amount of light here as I'm walking out on the path back. It's so bright that there's shadows on the trees. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. No, you can't see, but there's shadows of the trees from the moonlight. That's how bright it is. All the walking is so healthy as well. Certainly, in Canada, it still looks like winter and is absolutely freezing snow up into your knees. No animals. Oh my. The moonlight is here reflecting the light of the snow. Beautiful. Glad you can see it's dark. Yeah. It is. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, it's all illuminated. I wish the camera could pick it up. But all of this light is like really illuminating everything. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. And all that energy, all the animals are responding to it. You're running around in the bushes. Beautiful, beautiful place. Oh, wow, it's so beautiful. Looks kind of blurry through my phone, unfortunately. Is why I'm looking at it. I don't know how to make it look better. Just so beautiful. Yeah, the woodland sounds alive, doesn't it? You can hear all the critters. And every now and then I hear something running through the bush. When I feel safe, I feel at peace. I'm operating at a high level of energy right now. And I feel like really, really peaceful, like I'm not afraid. I feel very comfortable under the light of the Mother. I feel like everything's going to be okay, that I'm going to make it back with no trouble. Your energy is a huge blessing to the Grove, Father Bard. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. It's beautiful out here. There were ones out tonight. Jathleen, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Servant of Morrigan, right? How wonderful, yeah. The moon is a symbol of many, many maidens, right? It's universal. One moon, many faces throughout history, throughout time. There it is, guiding us back. Unrelated cue, but what things do Celts have to do in a life to be reborn in the other world? Well, it depends on what tradition you are looking at, right? There's different mythologies about other worlds and what you have to do to get there. Everyone's going there. I mean, there's nothing you have to do. But if you're looking in Celtic mythology for the answers, you're not going to find anything concrete because there's so much diversity of explanation. You know, like reincarnation. I think reincarnation was used in an abusive way to get the Celtic warriors to go out and be savages, and knowing that they're going to die in battle and come back again. I think that is it's the same thing in the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna tells his charioteer that, listen, it's okay to go and kill people. They're all going to come back anyways. He didn't say it in that exact way, but that's what happens. There are too many Celtic other worlds to count. Yeah. When I talk about Anavan, I know that there's many different ways to look at the same place. The mystery of the other world is really our world, just a different experience of it. that somehow when you die, you get more of an experience of it. That is, something I don't think we'll ever figure out. You gifted them milk and honey and tobacco. Interesting. Did the suddenly saying the word Celtic, if you are saying Irish, that narrows things down? Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, there's so many different ways of talking about it, right? There's so many different types of. What's sad is when you look up in a dictionary what Celtic means, and it tries to give you a systematic presentation of it. And that's just not what it was. And that's an illusion. Let's see, there are Celtic Jatans, shining like the sun because it's night, being bounced onto the moon and reflected as moonlight. I don't know, it's beautiful to look upon. Going into a dark zone up here. Look at the stars. There's the hunter right above me. You probably can't see it. Beautiful evening. Let's see if I can get myself in the moonlight here. Bard in the moonlight. There we go. Perfect. Walking together in the moonlight here. Bard in the moonlight. It's time to disrobe. YouTube won't let me do that. That's on my OnlyFans page. But when I get home tonight, I'll be uploading a new video on the video section about, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it's about not being fallen. I think how the ancestors had a terrible, terrible understanding of the world that they lived in. And I think that we need to get past that philosophy if we're going to evolve as a species. This fallenness is terrible. It's a terrible belief. It's not helpful for the world that we live in. And it's become a tradition that keeps humanity down in a place where it's unable to rise. I don't think that in the age of Aquarius, that fallenness is going to thrive. Let me see if I can make myself brighter. Can I make myself brighter? Oh, I don't know how to do it. Yes, do that right there. What is this here? No, I don't want the effects. No, I don't want the effects. There was a brightness thing. Mute, green lighting. There we go. Relight is on. There we are. The relight. That's what I was looking for. Walking out here, looking at my phone is making me blind now because it's so dark all around me. Gotta be careful here. That's kind of lame, the relight. Let me get rid of that. No relighting. Yeah. We want the darkness. We want the moon between the trees here. The beauty of the moon right there. Infinite Celtic otherworlds, just as Tech Duin causes it a transitory phase, not a permanent place. Yeah. Interesting, yeah. There's different ways it's been described, right? Look at that moon peeking at us through the trees there. How romantic. So much beauty in that. Now I'm going into a really scary part where it's really, really dark because these trees are so tall. Very little light in here. Except from the stars, that's it. Very, very dark right here. But I'm feeling great. Feeling great. It's a beautiful evening. Beautiful evening. Let's see here. I love this the scenery here as the moonlight pokes through the trees here. There. Oh shit. Almost walked into something here. There we go. All right. Since you found out your family came from druids, Then Ceridwen shows up and has filled you with love. Look at that. All you see is the moon. How beautiful. How beautiful. Let me see if I can switch this around. Bard in the moonlight, right there. Bard in the moonlight. Walking through the moonlight with the bard. Oh, it's such a beautiful evening. So peaceful. If it wasn't for these damn airplanes, it'd be a lot quieter. All right, let me get the moonlight back in there. Did I deal a contact with any spirits? Do I do any contacts with spirits? Not normally. Sometimes they show up, right? I don't have a phone or anything like, hello spirits, it is I, the bard. So I don't do it, dabbling in it. I got to be careful on this path too, because somebody was riding their horses through here earlier, and they took a bunch of dumps. So I got to watch out for those piles as I'm working my way out here. That'd be horrible to go home with horse shit all over my feet. Because I got sandals on. You got my wool socks and sandals. Look how beautiful and glorious that is. Oh my. It's just like being in a dream there. So beautiful. You've been attacked by spirits when you were younger? Well, it's time to fight back. Start taking names and kicking ass. Don't let them push you around anymore. Let's see here. Ring them up on speed dial. Yeah, that'll work. Heard of the Tutha Dananan went to the Shi or the Nagug Christians invaded. Is that what happened to them? That's the legend? I thought they went into the hills way before the Christians came. Now, I could be wrong. That's how I understand the mythology. Let's see. Horse poop. Put it in your garden at home there. Yes, horse apples is what you call it. Just rub it all over my feet and go stomping through the garden. Oh, there she is. Such a beautiful, beautiful evening. Oh, the moonlight just speaks to everyone here. I wish I had more of a better camera that you could see. Just the way it looks to the camera is okay. But there's so many defining features in the evening that you're missing out on. Maybe in the future I'll get a better phone that can see better. What is my accent from? Waterdeep, Northern Wards. It's Waterdavian. Yeah. Because of course you're wearing socks with sandals. Yes, I do that when I go. Usually I don't wear anything with my sandals unless it's freezing or if I'm out at my grove, because I have to wear socks. I've tried to come out here with no socks, and when I get home my feet are all swollen from being eaten by bugs. So I've decided to wear socks. Yeah, night vision. Yeah, that would be nice. All right, so far so good. No animals have eaten me up. They're probably enjoying all those nuts I left. That's all that deer wanted. She wanted that big pile of raisins and various nuts that I had left, cashews, everything. I had like a whole variety. I'm like, I don't know what they like. I'm just going to mix it all up here. Nothing sugar-coated, all natural, all organic, almonds, everything. They were mainly for the birds. I didn't expect a deer to want to come over there and eat them all. You look like you left civilization. I did. They went into the underworld with the Irish goddesses, granted them the land of the sons of Millie. Might be when you would No, the modern Celts came from Finn McCool. Good old Finn McCool. Ate that salmon. Now he's no fool. He likes to suck on his thumb. Does Celtic myth have a Ragnar Kali Yuga type age? No, not from that I've ever read. It's just history of the ancestors, and the ancestors become gods. There's no like end of the world or beginning of the world in Celtic mythology. Now they've tried to give it, the Christian scribes tried to create a end of the world type of scenario or a creation, but I don't see it in there. Other people probably could, but I do not. I do not. It's just really like they've always been there, the ancestors. Don't turn into a butterfly or you might get eaten when you're reincarnated. Yeah, I don't believe in becoming a lesser form and reincarnation. Maybe you can hang out for the birds on the ground. Yeah, yeah. Put them up in a tree or something next time. Oh man, such a beautiful evening. Beautiful evening. I'm glad I got to share all this joy with everyone on here. It's like the perfect night. I feel so alive being out here. The moon is so bright and beautiful. Bard in the moonlight. Working our way out. Not too far off now. I got maybe a 10-minute walk. Getting real close to the end here. But I plan on being back in the morning when the moon turns red. Go out in my backyard and we could see it together. I'll be back 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's when I plan to be back, unless something happens at home, if I sleep in or something. But that is the plan. 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The blood moon happens at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I plan to get it all on my camera here for your viewing purpose, pleasure, for your entertainment. Oh man, it's beautiful. I'm walking right underneath Orion right now. I'm looking up at his glorious belt as I'm basking in the light of the goddess here. Let's see here. Oh my, such a beautiful evening. There we are. Almost there. Going out into the open field now. Getting closer to the road. What a beautiful night. I'm going to probably be up late. I feel all this energy now in my body. I'll be up for the next 4 hours probably. You do a lot of editing for I hope I can get that deer. It did appear when there was a little bit of light. I'll probably be able to get that much in. You can hear the road. I'm getting close to it. Someone's driving their hot rod down the road. Look at me, I have a big penis. I'm driving fast down the street. Oh man. Beautiful, beautiful evening. Let's see here, what does it say? Reconnecting. Good for have no beginning or end because that's a silly idea, yeah. Thank you for your inspiration, Father Bard. You are awesome. Thank you. The amazing noises of the grove at night, yeah. What is the temperature? It's 75 degrees right now. I'm working up a little bit of a sweat because I have my long sleeve shirt on. There's a little bit of a breeze from the north that's perfectly cooling. But it's perfect out here. It's beautiful. It's perfect weather. The glory of the moon right there. In the Atlantic Standard Time, that would be another hour or 2 out. The UK time is 5 hours behind me. So it will be 10:30 a.m. when I start my show over in the UK. And then you'll be able to see the wonderful moon. Well, I don't know if in the southern hemisphere, or where I am, if I can get the bloodness. There's certain parts in the world where you won't be able to see it, the eclipse. So I'm not 100% certain I'll be able to see it. I haven't, because when eclipses happen, you don't get to see them all the time, depending on where you live. So if it's red, you're going to see it. If not, I apologize. But we will see. Someone's going to see a red moon tonight. It's 12:30 a.m. now for you. Yeah. Right now it is, for me, it is going on 7:30 for me, p.m. You get some 72 in Ohio this coming week. Hope it stays that way. Maybe a couple thunderstorms. Yeah. It's 8 p.m. for you. So you're just a half hour ahead of me. Oh, beautiful evening. Beautiful evening. You're all the critters coming out in the moonlight there. Yep, almost at the end here, my friends. It's been a glorious evening. Glorious evenings. And when I get home, keep your eyes out. I'm going to release a video tonight about experiencing heaven now in this world. The idea of fallenness, the evils of the idea of fallenness. I don't get too philosophical about it, but it's 11 a.m. over where you are in Australia. Look at that. Oh my. Beautiful, beautiful evening. All the critters are out there. They're all saying their goodbyes. Look at all that light coming off there. The glorious moon there. That's what everyone wants to see tonight, is you, moon maiden. Let's see here. Another moving object. Oh, you saw an airplane over there? Look, yeah. A UFO, maybe. They're getting ready to probe me. They're like, we've been waiting to probe you for a long time. Now we got you out in the wilderness. We're coming to get you. And see here, it's rush hour. Everyone's going home on this back road here. It's kind of wild over here. Oh, my friends. We have reached the end. I will see you all in the morning. I plan on being on about 5:30ish Eastern Standard Time in the morning. So stay tuned. Have a good night, all of you.